That winter was harsh. Snow fell heavily, covering every corner of the empty street. The whole city was shrouded in a blanket of white mist. The streets were silent. No voices or laughter could be heard, only the sound of hurried footsteps from people passing by as they rushed and didn't stop. In the midst of this cold, there was a little girl named Anna, slowly walking on the snow-covered road. Anna was only 7 years old, but the hardships in her life were immeasurable. She wore a thin, tattered coat that wasn't warm enough to fend off the winter's chill. Her shoes were torn, pieces of leather peeling off with each step she took. Her small, thin legs ached as the cold snow seeped in, but she couldn't stop. She was on a path trying to survive. Anna was only 7 years old, but the hardships in her life were immeasurable. She wore a thin, tattered coat that wasn't warm enough to fend off the winter's chill. Her shoes were torn, pieces of leather peeling off with each step she took. Her small, thin legs ached as the cold snow seeped in, but she couldn't stop. She was on a path trying to survive. She walked on, head down, too afraid to look at anyone. With each step, her body grew heavier. The cold seeped into her muscles, making it hard to move. Yet Anna didn't stop. She kept pushing forward, knowing that if she stopped, she wouldn't be able to continue. As she passed the streets, Anna suddenly saw a warm light shining through the window of a luxurious restaurant. The golden light from inside made her feel a spark of hope. Through the glass, she saw a boy sitting and eating bread, happy and cheerful with his family. The boy laughed, holding the delicious bread, his mouth smiling brightly, eyes sparkling. The whole restaurant was full of laughter, warmth, and happiness. Anna stood there, outside the window, looking in with wide eyes. She felt like a ghost, lost in the warmth inside. She longed to sit there, to eat a meal like that boy, to have a family who loved her. But then, the light from the restaurant made her heart feel even heavier. Questions swirled in her mind. Why don't I have those things? Why is my family so poor? As she turned away, her heart full of pain, a strong gust of wind blew through, scattering her hair. The snow fell thicker and thicker, covering Anna and making her colder. Her worn shoes no longer protected her feet. It was so cold, the chill seemed to pierce through her bones, and she felt like she might collapse. But Anna kept walking, though her legs seemed to have no strength left. She looked at the bundle of matches in her hand. It had been a whole day, and she hadn't sold a single match. What can I do to survive? Anna thought to herself. No one saw her. No one stopped to help her. Everyone just passed by, avoiding looking at the poor little girl standing in the middle of the street. Anna stopped at a street corner, too tired to continue. She crouched down, hugging the match bundle tightly. The snow continued to fall, each snowflake settling on her hair, covering her like a cold blanket. The street lights in the distance shone, but their light wasn't enough to warm her heart. Anna looked at the snow. A wave of loneliness swept over her. She thought of her sick grandmother at home, always suffering from lack, always enduring days of hunger and cold. Her little brother was crying, asking for food, but Anna couldn't do anything. Everything seemed to break apart inside her. With weak determination, Anna took a match and lit it, hoping for some warmth from its tiny flame. The flame flickered, but it could not warm her small body. Her eyes began to blur from the snow and tears. She bit her lip, trying not to cry. I must survive. I must survive to help my grandmother and little brother. But when the match went out, the light disappeared with it, and Anna felt colder than ever.
Let's support Anna by subscribing to the channel, liking, and sharing. Your support is a huge motivation for Anna to keep creating more fun and meaningful stories. Thank you for watching. I love you all.